Alphonsus Maria Liguori was born on September 27, 1696, in Marianella, near Naples, Italy. He was the eldest of 7 children in a noble household, surrounded by privilege, brilliance, and the finest education. Yet the truest gift of his early life came not from wealth or status, but from the faith of his mother, a deeply devout woman who quietly reminded him, "All blessings are worthless if they don't lead to God. To whom much is given, much will be asked." Gifted beyond his years, Alphonsus excelled in languages, Greek, Latin, French, and was drawn to music, painting, and literature. But what set him apart was not just talent, it was the purity of his heart, the gentleness of his presence, and a depth of faith that often silenced even his peers. One friend recalled a moment when Alphonsus walked away from a game rather than see another lose their temper over money. The boy was later found in the garden, kneeling before a statue of the Virgin Mary. The friend whispered, stunned, "I didn't just offend a classmate. I offended a saint." At only 16, Alphonsus earned dual doctorates in civil and canon law. By 17, he had begun practicing as a lawyer, renowned for his brilliant oratory and moral integrity. A golden future seemed guaranteed, until everything collapsed. In 1723, during a major trial, Alphonsus lost a case due to one overlooked document submitted at the last moment. It shattered him. For 2 days, he locked himself away, grieving, not just the loss, but what it revealed about the illusions of worldly success. He emerged changed. "O world, I know you now," he said. "Courts of law, you shall see me no more." One afternoon, while visiting a hospital, Alphonsus heard a voice, gentle but unshakable. "What are you doing in this world?" He looked around. No one was there. Yet the question came again. He entered a small chapel dedicated to Our Lady of Mercy, knelt before the altar, and offered his life to God. "Here I am, Lord. Do with me what you will. All I am, all I have, I give it to serve you." His father was furious. Alphonsus was giving up his career and even breaking off a proposed engagement, but he remained unmoved. There is no sacrifice too great for God. In 1726, at the age of 30, Alphonsus was ordained a priest. He preached across the kingdom of Naples, especially among the poor and forgotten. His sermons were not lofty, they were tender, practical, and full of mercy. Even his own father, once hardened in opposition, was brought to tears after hearing Alphonsus preach. "My son has led me to know God," he said quietly. Though a brilliant theologian, Alphonsus preferred the confessional to the scholar's desk. He became a tireless missionary, committed to the hearts and wounds of ordinary people. In 1732, he founded the Congregation of the Most Holy Redeemer, the Redemptorists, in Scala, to evangelize the most abandoned souls. The order struggled at first, divided, reduced to only 2 members, but Alphonsus rebuilt it with humility and trust in God. In 1749, the congregation received full papal approval. A year earlier, in 1748, Alphonsus had published his masterwork, Moral Theology, Theologia Moralis, a compassionate yet rigorous guide that reshaped the conscience of the Church and was praised by Pope Benedict XIV. Those final years, however, were marked by deep suffering. Alphonsus battled severe arthritis, which gradually caused a dramatic curvature of his spine. His back became so bent that he could no longer straighten himself. He was often seen hunched over, his body twisted with pain, yet his spirit remained unshaken. Despite the agony, he continued to write theological works, to pray, and to offer his sufferings in silence. His physical weakness became a vessel of spiritual strength. Source: https://www.redemptorists.net St. Alphonsus Liguori. In 1762, Pope Clement XIII appointed him Bishop of Sant'Agata dei Goti. Already in fragile health, Alphonsus accepted the call. He reformed clergy, rekindled devotion, and brought peace to a weary diocese. In 1775, Pope Pius VI allowed him to resign due to illness. He returned to the Redemptorist community in Nocera to live out his final years. But those years were far from easy. Alphonsus endured immense physical suffering from arthritis, which left his spine severely bent. He also faced spiritual trials, a dark night of the soul. And still, he prayed. He who prays is saved. He who does not pray is lost. These were not just words. They were the anchor of his life. On August 1, 1787, Alphonsus died in peace at the age of 90. He was canonized in 1839 by Pope Gregory XVI and declared a Doctor of the Church in 1871 by Pope Pius IX. Today, he is venerated as the patron saint of confessors and moral theologians, a model of prayer, mercy, and unwavering love for souls. If this story touched something in you, something quiet, something searching, don't leave it here. Subscribe to this channel for more stories of transformation, courage, and sacred callings. Sometimes the most powerful journeys don't begin with a miracle. They begin with a voice, asking, "What are you doing in this world?"